Alright, we're going to start with a little warm-up review from what we did last time. So go ahead and take a second and try these on your own, and then play it when you're ready to see the answers. Or if you need to see one of them worked out before you try the rest, that's fine. Okay? Alright, so welcome back. What we're going to do is convert from degrees to radians. So remember, 1 radian is 180 over pi, which is approximately 57.3 degrees. So if I want to go from degrees to radians, I want the degree units to cancel out. So what I'm going to do is do 80 divided by 18. If you are using the TI-30, you'll want to hit second PRB. If you're using a TI-84, you'll hit math and enter, and that'll reduce it to 4/9, and then you just slap a little pi symbol on it. Okay? So 140 divided by 180, reduce the fraction, 7 pi over 9. Now this one's negative, that's fine, we're just going to keep the negative with it. 900 divided by 180, and that is a nice whole number, 5. Just slap pi on it, and just keep the negative with it. Okay, and remember from last time, the negative just means direction. Okay, so now I'm going to go from radians to degrees. This is where we're going to multiply by 180 over pi, because we want the pi's to cancel. So essentially the pi symbol gets replaced with a 180. So 180 divided by 7 is 25.7 degrees. Now radians don't always have to look like this with a pi symbol. Most of the time they will, but I'm going to do some here in just a sec that are in decimals. Because technically when I'm doing pi divided by 7, that's 0.45. So I can say 0.45 radians and get the same answer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one. So 3 times 180 and divide by 5, 108 degrees. And this one's negative, so I know my answer is going to be negative. 180 divided by 6, 30 degrees. Okay, so instead of, I'm looking at my unit circle, instead of going positive 30 degrees, I'm going negative 30 degrees, which actually puts us at 330. Alright, so now we're going to look at converting radians to degrees that are just shown as decimals. So instead of having pi over something, I have a decimal, but you actually do it the same way. So when I go from radians to degrees, I want to multiply by 180 over pi. There's no pi symbol to cancel out, but we're just going to type this in our calculator. 0.7 times 180 divided by pi, and that gives me approximately 40.1 degrees. So take a second and try the next one on your own, and then play the video when you're ready to see the answer. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to do the same thing. 1.2 radians times 180 over pi. So 1.2 times 180 divided by pi. So 68.8. Okay? Now remember, the one good thing about watching a video is that you can pause it, and you can always go back and replay it if you're not getting it. And of course, put any stars by things that you don't get, so that when I return, I can answer those questions for you. Now, I've split up your homework assignment into sections. So if you want to go ahead and do the homework problems that correspond to the topics that I just talked about, then these are the problems that you'll do. If you want to hold off until the end and just do all the homework at once, that is totally fine. So you pick what you want to do. So I'm going to move on to the next topic, coterminal angles, and we talked about this last time. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about it and give you a little bit more boundaries. So I might get a little bit more specific, for instance, and say I want 1 positive and 1 negative. Or I might want you to find me a coterminal angle that's in between something. So the concept of coterminal angles is that if I'm at 0 degrees, if I go around the circle 360, I have another angle that's in that same place. If I go around another 360, I'm now at 720. Or I can go the opposite direction, negative 360 or negative 720. So there are infinitely many coterminal angles for any angle, because I can constantly add 360 or I can constantly subtract 360. Now remember, 360 degrees is equivalent to 2 pi, because 2 times 180 is 360. So all I'm going to do is I want to list one positive and one negative coterminal angle. So if I'm starting with 50, obviously if I want to find a positive one, I just need to add 360. So 50 plus 360 is 410. There's my one positive. Now, does everyone have to have the same one positive? No. You could add another 360 if you want to go overboard on it. That's fine. I'm just going to add 360 once. Now, to find a negative one, I need to subtract 360. So negative 310. So that would be one positive, one negative. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try the, I'm going to actually jump to C. So I'm at negative 90. So if I want to find a positive one, I'm going to add 360 to get 270. And if I want to find a negative one, I'm just going to subtract 360. So once you get the idea, feel free to pause the video and go ahead and try them, and then just play it when you're ready to see the answers. All right, so 400, if I add 360, I get 760, so there's a positive one. Now technically, if I do 400 minus 360, I'm still getting a positive answer, so you may have either one of these plus infinitely many more. Now if I want to find a negative one, I'm going to have to subtract 360 at least 2 times. Okay, so I'm just adding and subtracting 360 until I get an answer that satisfies what I want. So negative 700, if you add 360 once, you get negative 340. Okay, there's your one negative. If I add another 360, I get 20. If you want, you can take negative 700 and minus 360 and get that. So there are lots of different answers that you can have. So if we're doing this on a test or a quiz, and I'm just having you type in the answer, as long as it satisfies the conditions that I'm asking for, you're good. All right, so same concept, I'm just asking a little different way. I'm asking for you to give me an answer in between 0 and 360. So this one, you couldn't have as many answers. So if I want something to be in between 0 and 360 for negative 300, what am I going to have to do? Well, if I subtract 300, I'm still going to be, or 360, I'm still going to be in the negative, so that's no good. So I need to add 360. So if I add 360, that gives me 60 degrees, and that is in between its parameters. What about 740? Let's subtract 360. That gives me 380, so not good enough. Subtract another 360, and I get 20 degrees. Now that fits. Looks like for negative 850, we're going to have to add 360, not once, not twice, but 3 times a lady. Okay? So feeling good about those? Now we're going to move on to the same concept, but in radians, which means fractions, which I know you hate. So remember, when you're adding, subtracting fractions, we need a least common denominator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add and subtract 360, but since it's in radians, I'm going to add or subtract 2 pi. Now, if you want to, there's a loophole. You can convert to degrees, then you can add or subtract 360. You're really making more work for yourself, and I do think it would be in your best interest to just stick it out and deal with the fractions, but you do you, okay? So I'm going to do it with adding fractions. Okay, so if this is negative, I need to add 2 pi. Least common denominator would be 3, which means this becomes 6. Negative 1 plus 6 is 5 pi over 3. And I'm done. That was so much quicker than if I would have converted and added, okay? Now the next one, 8 pi over 3. I'm going to, and you can totally check your work. If you want to check your work by converting at the end, if I do, it's probably a good idea. If I do 5 pi times 5 times 180 divided by 3, this is 300 degrees. So if you're not feeling comfortable with radians yet and you want to do that to check your work, that's fine. But I do think you need to feel comfortable with fractions, especially if you're going on to calculus. All right, so we're going to do 8 pi over 3, and I'm going to subtract 2 pi. Again, I just need the least common denominator. So 8 minus 6 is 2 pi over 3. And 2 times 180 divided by 3 is 120. Okay? Now, I know that, I don't have to do this. I know that 6 pi over 3 is 2 pi. So obviously 5 pi over 3 is going to be less. So if you're not sure, like, how many times do I need to add or subtract? So same thing here. Anytime the top is less than the bottom, you're good. Okay? But not, we don't want negatives. So again, this is negative, so I know I need to add 2 pi. I might have to add it once, might have to add it twice. We're just going to see. So I'm going to add 6 pi over 3. So that gives me sorry. Made a boo-boo. Let me fix it. Okay, so we're actually adding 2 pi, and this time our denominator is 5, so this becomes a 10. So that gives me 8 pi over 5. And that is 288 degrees. So we are good. And so this is more than that, but in order for this to be 2 pi, this would have had to have been 10 pi over 5. Okay, so as long as you know that this is under 2 pi, you're good. Okay, go ahead and try these on your own. So this would be a good time to pause the video. Try these on your own. You're finding a coterminal angle between 0 and 360 or 0 and pi. Okay, and play when you're ready. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the answers. So for the first one, I'm just going to add 360 until I get something that satisfies those parameters. So 120 is the answer there. Now the next one, 9 pi over 2, that's 4.5 pi, that's way more than 2 pi, so I need to subtract 2 pi. Get my least common denominator, and so now 9 minus 4 is 5 pi over 2. Is 5 pi over 2, that's 2.5, so that's still too much. Okay, so 5 halves is 2.5. We don't want more than 2, so I need to subtract another 2 pi. And if you know that off the bat, then you can adjust, but I'm just going to do it this way. So this is going to turn into a 4, which means we have pi over 2 for our final answer. Okay, kind of neat if you think about it. And I'm going to show you some more things like this eventually, but if we go around the circle, we know this is 0, this is pi over 2, and 3 pi over 2. So if I go around, this is 4.5 pi. If I go around 1, 2, 3, 4.5, I get the answer. Okay? So you can also count if you're into that. So the next one, I'm going just to subtract 360 a couple of times until I get something that satisfies this. And last one on this topic, add 2 pi. We need a least common denominator. I didn't mess it up this time. 2 pi over 5, and that is good. So, if you are feeling good about coterminal angles and you would like to do that practice now, here you go. I've got one more topic for you, but I'm going to have to make a second video. So if you want to press onto that one, fine. If you want to do this homework, that is fine. But make sure you watch the second video.